Welcome to DermWire News, powered by DermWire.com. DermWire News for Smart Speaker is made possible with advertising support from Dermatologics.
From cosmetic interventions to therapeutic breakthroughs for common dermatoses and new technologies for practice, the latest innovations take center stage at the 2018 annual meeting of the American Academy of Dermatology.
So this has been an amazing American Academy of Dermatology annual meeting here in San Diego.
Get the highlights ahead on DermWire TV. Welcome to DermWire TV from the editors of DermWire.com and Practical Dermatology magazine. I'm your host, Rana Jaraha. Dermatologists from around the world gather in San Diego for the annual meeting of the AAD. The meeting offers an opportunity for the specialty to highlight the care dermatologists provide patients while educating member physicians about the latest in medical and aesthetic dermatology and practice management.
What we covered was first basics of disparities, definitions, as well as providing examples about health and healthcare disparities in dermatology among common skin conditions such as atopic dermatitis, psoriasis, acne, less common things but deadly things such as melanoma. And Dr. Taylor covered topics related to why these disparities may exist and what we can do as dermatologists to combat them. We've also done some work that has found that there are racial disparities in treatment of receiving biologic medications for patients who have more severe psoriasis, particularly in the Medicare population, but this has been found in other populations as well.
So when someone comes in with varicose veins, and it's usually a combination of varicose veins and symptoms, so swelling, pain, warmth, discomfort, aching at the end of the day, you have to first do an ultrasound exam and figure out where the problem is coming from. Number two, you have to get them on some sort of compression therapy. Once we know where the problem is and once we've tried compression and it hasn't reached that goal that we wanted, we can do a definitive therapy. Most likely that's going to be endovenous laser ablation.
So far, we've collected surveys from about 6,000 women, and about 47% of the African American women in the study reported having hair loss at some point in their life. And the interesting thing is only about 8% of them have actually been diagnosed by a dermatologist. So it's a huge unmet need between the number of people who are experiencing hair loss and those who are actually going to have it addressed.
Among the highlights was a look at the latest therapeutic developments for common dermatoses.
So in terms of psoriasis biologics, there are new biologics for psoriasis. There's 3 in the class of blocking interleukin-17. So there's secukinumab, ixekizumab, and brodalumab. So I presented data about those. So secukinumab had 5-year data presented at EADV just a few months ago. So it seems like the data looks very good for that. Patients had about 40% clearance, reaching PASI 100 in these patients that have received the medication for those 5 years. Ixekizumab has a new indication for psoriatic arthritis that was just approved in December of last year. So that is something that's great. I think the interleukin-17 class is very good for psoriatic arthritis, comparable to the TNF inhibitor class. We also had some data about guselkumab. That's the first in class for interleukin-23 inhibition.
Get even more coverage from the AAD annual meeting at dermtube.com. That concludes this edition of DermWire TV.
Thank you for listening to DermWire News, powered by DermWire.com. This editorially independent program is supported with advertising from Dermatologics.